Vinci, the mastermind and the crafter, bringing trophies into our town. City will be there forever after.
Hi guys, how you doing? It's Taylor here from Orlando City UK, and we're bringing you our player ratings from Orlando City's 0-0 draw with Houston Dynamo. Oh, where do we begin? It wasn't the most memorable of games. The first 0-0, the Lions have been involved in this season. The second game on the trot, obviously following the 4-0 loss at Dallas, that we've not scored, and it was a typical game after all that's gone on in the last week. You know, it's been a horrible month really when you think of it for June for Orlando City. Not going to go head on into Adrian Heathgate in this video. I think we've had our say on that and what we think about that. Gutted Inchi's gone, of course, but it was Bobby Murphy's first game in charge, and it was pretty much a non-event throughout. You know, nothing really major going on in terms of threatening Houston's goal. Not some great ratings in here, but we'll get stuck into it nonetheless. Alston, 6 out of 10 for me. Still in the team, has had quite a run of games now with Rafael Ramos out, of course. Pretty run-of-the-mill from Alston, really. Wasn't really troubled down his side. But that said, going forward in the first half, we know Alston's an attacking threat as well. He really fluffed his lines when he had a great crossing opportunity first half. So for that reason, I mark him down 6 out of 10. Joe Bendick, 7 out of 10 for me. Not Joe's best game actually by his very high standards this season. Joe's produced some excellent displays, but not Joe's best performance. But that said, he was there when we needed him, particularly in the first half when Alex had a sighter from range. Good save down to Bendick's left. And Joe can thank his lucky stars that Giles Barnes hit the post late on. Oh, the post was our best friend because that would have been the ultimate sucker punch. So 7 out of 10, Joe Bendick. David Mateos, our Spaniard at the back, 5 out of 10 for me. Couldn't get much worse, with all due respect, from the FC Dallas game where it was not a very good performance at all from Mateos. I suppose we drew 0-0, so we didn't concede any goals last night. But it still wasn't convincing from Mateos, really. I mean, between him and Hines, Will Bruin looked to have the better of both of them, to be fair, in the air and on the deck. Mateos' game was summed up, really, in the first half when he played a misplaced pass right into the path of Alex that set up an attack for Houston. Still, we need better from Mateos, 5 out of 10. Seb Hines, 6 out of 10. Slightly better than his partner Mateos, but not entirely convincing by Seb Hines either last night. I suppose we have to give him the benefit of the doubt considering this was his first game back. Obviously, we partnered Tommy Redding and David Mateos at centre-back against Dallas. So Seb Hines was back in last night, but steady, not spectacular. Could have improved in certain areas. Run-of-the-mill, 6 out of 10. Foden, 7 out of 10 for me. He scores slightly higher than the rest of his defence, simply due to the fact that he was constantly seeking out long balls in that first half. It was just a shame for the Lions and Bobby Murphy and everyone involved that we just weren't an attacking threat at all last night. You know, Bowden kept looking. I mean, obviously he was taking corners and set pieces, but not too amazing, not too bad either from Bowden. 7 out of 10. Harrison Heath, 7 out of 10 for me. A very good performance in an incredibly emotional game for the guy. I mean, let's not forget his father, Adrian, you know, sacked only a couple of days earlier than last night's game. But I thought H did really, really well. Given a rare start from Bobby Murphy, who obviously knows him well. He said in one of his press conferences this week that he's known Harrison from a young age, you know, obviously being close to Adrian and what have you. And he gave him a start, you know, not started many times in MLS this season, but gave him a start. And for me, H didn't let him down at all, you know, tireless in midfield, kept on running, was sub late on, but very neat and tidy from Harrison Heath, 7 out of 10. Christian Higuita, Harrison Heath's partner in central midfield last night, only 6 for me for Christian Higuita. To be honest with you, the Colombian has actually managed to shake the yellow card habit in recent weeks, so respect to him for that. You know, he's tidied up his game, you know, not getting in the referee's notebook, but at the same time, he seems to have lost a bit of an edge. At the same time, you know, we're used to Higuita and usually Seren in central midfield, you know, battling for every ball, you know, chasing every lost cause down, but it was very run-of-the-mill from Higuita last night, on the fringes really, so only 6 out of 10. Darwin Seren, 6 out of 10. Strangely started the game on the right-hand side of midfield by Bobby Murphy. Don't know if that was a ploy, but it certainly didn't work really. And for that reason, it was anonymous really in the game. You know, Seren is a a central defensive midfielder by trade. You know, was lost out on that right hand side. So 6 out of 10. Kevin Molino, only 6 out of 10 again for me. I'm usually quiet from the Trinidadian, who's usually our live wire. You know, he's a spark in the team who can create something out of nothing, but was all in too short supply last night. I mean, we did see that one flash of a chance in the 49th minute where he latched in on the Houston defence and attacked them right down the centre. Dinked a ball in classic Molino style, but Tyler Derrick was excellently to it. Denied him. You know, was the only real flash of brilliance of Molino last night. Strangely quiet, only 6 out of 10. Breck Shea, 7 out of 10. Slightly better from Shea this week. It was undoubtedly the Lions' best performer in the first half. A constant threat down the left-hand side, kept on whipping in crosses for days. It was just unfortunate that the link-up just wasn't there with Kyle Larin last night, who couldn't get on the end of any of them. But that said, Shea kept delivering the goods from that side. The only thing that let Shea down last night for me really was second half, late on, when Houston were on the attack. Shea had the ball in the left-hand corner and he just surrendered it to the Houston attacker. I can't remember who it was, but that could have potentially been a late winner for the Dynamo. So mark him down for that, but 7 out of 10 on the whole. Kyle Larin, 6 out of 10. Tried his utmost for the team last night. Lots of running and lots of effort, but ultimately no quality. Snatched at chances when we've seen him be so precise in the past. And on form Kyle Larin undoubtedly would have got to that ball just before stoppage time that Tyler Derrick managed to get to before Larin could round the goalkeeper. Subdued, 6 out of 10. The subs, and only 2 subbed in by Bobby Murphy last night, both Julio Baptista and Savando Carrasco. I'm going to give them both 5 out of 10. Didn't have enough time to affect the play. Baptista's affected it greatly in recent weeks, but struggled. Carrasco just shored it up, so both 5 out of 10.
HOU, the mastermind and the crafter, bringing trophies.